The time has finally come, recruit, the moment every man, woman, and child over the age of 12 dreams of. You're taking the first step on your way to being a full-blooded helldiver, sworn to protect the great nation of Super-Earth from Terminid and automaton rampages. Included in this video is everything you're going to need to develop yourself into a fully fledged platinum helldiver and become the embodiment of everything that Super-Earth holds dear. This video will go over all 38 accolades you need in order to obtain your platinum medal. These include 24 bronze, 11 silver, and 3 gold. With my help, you too can achieve platinum status and be the sweet, sweet holy hand grenade that Lady Liberty needs. As soon as you finish this introductory video, you are instructed to make your way to the training area, where you can earn your cape. There are 2 major threats to our democratic lifestyle. The first of the 2 are the Terminid swarms, miserable, bloodthirsty insects hellbent on ruining our way of living. There are 5 accolades that you can earn from taking out the Terminid swarms. You will get your first simply for completing your first mission against the Terminids as a helldiver. Then, once you eventually earn enough merit to be able to bring the trusty shotgun into battle, you can earn another accolade by getting as close as you can to fill those filthy bugs and filling them with the luscious embrace of democratic justice. Sounds easy enough, right? Being an elite helldiver means you have to be ready for anything. So why don't we heat things up a bit? These filthy bugs come in all shapes and sizes, and you need to be ready for all of them. These vile creatures are known as stalkers, and much like their name would suggest, they are known to stalk and ambush their prey, which is you, and are even able to cloak themselves to better hide and wait like the cowards they are. Super-Earth has decreed the immediate termination of any stalker hive that a helldiver might come across, and even give out an accolade for getting your first one. Now, my faithful divers, I hope you don't think that stalkers are the worst you'll have to deal with coming from these vermin. It's time to warn you about the fragile pinnacle of the Terminids, the closest thing to you at the top of the food chain, the Bile Titans. Bile Titans are monstrous behemoths who come in at anywhere from 20 to 30 feet tall that can and will skewer any diver who is not up to the task. It is heavily armored, and your normal bullets will almost never be able to take it down, so plan accordingly to use your stratagems and heavy support weaponry to take it down. We know that you are more than capable of taking these down, and you will be rewarded with one of our most esteemed bronze accolades for doing so. The last of the accolades that are attainable exclusively through taking down the Terminids is one of Super-Earth's final tests of skill and resourcefulness. Chargers are mean SOBs set on running you over, heavily armored unless you can blast away their plating over their legs. They are fast, precise, and unrelenting. Experienced divers know about the weaknesses of Chargers, but this last accolade separates the beginners from the veterans. With as much skill and precision as you can muster, you have to take down the rampaging Charger with one of your resupply pods. Most divers who attempt this typically face 3 challenges. Firstly, the Chargers are way faster than your resupply pods, and you will most likely miss more times than not. Secondly, and most importantly, simply hitting a Charger with a supply pod is not enough to kill it, so you have to weaken it first with your weaponry. And lastly, remember that misusing Super-Earth materials will dock your pay, so don't waste these supplies aimlessly.
Please note that this will have no bearing on your democratic journeys. However, your family back on Super-Earth will receive fewer rations.
Keep all this in mind and you can conquer any hurdle these vile bugs can throw at you. Before we move on, there are a few accolades I would recommend any helldiver try to get against the Terminids, even though they can't technically be obtained from any enemy. The Terminids are fast and massive in number. However, their strength in numbers and weakness to fire will help you obtain these accolades much easier, such as taking out 150 enemies in a single mission, taking out 25 enemies with a single stratagem, firing at least 150 rounds in one burst and taking out 10 enemies, and taking out 100 enemies with fire in a single mission. Keep all this information in mind, and the Terminid swarms will bend and break under your democratic boots. We have one other major enemy threatening our peace, and these filthy automatons are ruthless. Their very existence is a threat to Super Earth itself. These rust buckets are sentient metal whose only goal is to wipe out not only humans, but human life as we know it. The threat of the automatons is so great that Super Earth only gives out 4 accolades for them, but they carry a heavy weight. Similarly to the Terminids, Super Earth will give you your first accolade for finishing your first bot mission. These worthless bots are also known to throw grenades, which you are encouraged to return to sender. The biggest threat that the automatons can throw at you are hulks, big, bulky abominations of science that can easily take out the most experienced divers if they're caught unaware. Hulks, like every other larger automaton, have one glaring weakness that you have to take advantage of at any chance you can get. Because of their monstrous size and lethality, they need to expel all that darkness somehow. They have these giant exhaust ports on their back that spew toxic sludge into the atmosphere. It is imperative to dispatch these hulks as quickly as possible to make sure the atmosphere is safe enough for future Super Earth surveyors to make sure the land is still inhabitable. Divers earn an accolade for taking down their first hulk. The only reason you should never eliminate a hulk as soon as possible is to send a message. The arms of a hulk are more frail than the rest of the body, and Super Earth thinks it's hilarious to shoot off its arms and leave it alive. Combat isn't the only thing important for Helldivers. Super Earth uses your talents and expertise in the field to further our technology and way of life. You will find various samples out in the field that Super Earth uses to advance our society. Collecting these samples will allow us to reward you with upgrades to your Super Earth licensed destroyer. It is believed that the stronger enemies tend to be around rarer samples, so you might not find them right away. But Liberty wasn't built in a day. You must be persistent. Common and rare samples can be found just about anywhere, near nests or structures or anything else. If you see something that looks important, odds are there are samples there. Epic samples are harder to come by, only being found in the harshest of areas. However, for some reason, they all seem to gather around rock structures that look like this. We aren't sure why, but if you are in one of the tougher areas and find this rock, beeline towards it. You are lucky enough that Super Earth is willing to reward you generously for your perseverance. You can earn 2 different accolades regarding gathering samples. One is for extracting with 15 common samples, and extracting with 15 rare samples. You will also be rewarded for turning in these samples with more accolades. One for using them to upgrade all your ship modules one time, and another to fully upgrading a single ship module. These are not the only items you should be on the lookout for, however. You can also find merits and credits on your travels, which you are encouraged to pick up. Merits are used to unlock more items from your war bonds. War bonds are every diver's bread and butter, allowing them to gain access to all kinds of weaponry and armor. And you even receive an accolade for changing your helmet, armor, and cape for the first time. Credits are used to purchase premium items and more war bonds to aid you on your democratic conquests. There are 3 accolades that Super Earth has deemed to be so demanding that they have given them the gold status. These are only given out to the most fearless and the most deserving Helldivers, who can show their true skill and leadership. The first accolade is a demanding one that shows a Helldiver's skill and compassion. A diver can earn this accolade by traveling to an area we have deemed to be extreme and extract without losing any divers in the process. While it might seem easy, extreme areas are some of the most vicious out there, prepared to take on multiple Vile Titans and Hulks before even thinking about this. The next accolade you can earn is only for the reckless and frankly masochistic. You must travel to anywhere we have labeled as hard and complete a mission without anybody firing a bullet from their primary or support weaponry. Sidearms and stratagems are fine, but anything else is an immediate failure. The final of these 3 accolades is only obtainable by a squad of elite Helldivers who are making their way for platinum status. You and your group must travel to an extreme area that is hosting a blitz mission and extract from the area within 6 minutes. This is no small feat, as it takes at least 2 minutes for your extraction to arrive. You must be ready to go within 4 minutes. This is not for the faint of heart, and you should prepare to miss your timing quite frequently. But at the end of the day, any helldiver worth their weight in salt will be able to handle this. So go out there and be the helldiver that we believe that you can be. The lonely life of a helldiver is brutal, so Super Earth is incentivizing you to join up with your fellow divers to help liberate the galaxy. You will be rewarded greatly for helping out those divers less fortunate than you with accolades galore. There are 2 accolades you can receive for aiding your fellow divers. Firstly, for using one of your limited stims on someone else. And secondly, for picking up an ammo backpack for a support weapon and resupplying another diver who is using that support weapon. Super Earth also gives out rewards for divers who cooperate with each other and strive for true democratic teamwork. For example, killing a target over 100 meters away, having 6 orbital barrage stratagems in the same place at the same time, and extracting from a hard-rated area with a full squad of 4 Helldivers. Unfortunately, we are running out of time on this tape, so we are going to go over some important information and then rapidly go through the remainder of the accolades that you can earn. Firstly, there are time-sensitive missions Super Earth can send you called defense missions. These show up when our enemies are trying to take back a planet we have already liberated. When you do have one, you can see it under your major orders. You earn an accomplishment for finishing your first one. During your time on planets, you might come across what we consider tactical objectives. These are areas that might either contain something beneficial to our cause, such as an artillery station or a recon tower, or an enemy stronghold. You can earn an accolade for taking down any 10 of them. Now to rapid fire the rest. Taking down 5,000 members of the opposition. Being injured in every limb at once and living. Taking down 25 enemies with a single stratagem. Flying at least 25 meters away from an explosion's shockwave. Ragdolling yourself while using a jump pack. Extracting from a mission after your timer reaches 0. Extracting a mission during nighttime. And lastly, for completing both 50 and 100 missions. Now recruits, if you do all of this, you will only be one step away from claiming your title as a Platinum Helldiver. Super Earth saves your final accolade only for divers who make the ultimate sacrifice. The mission should always be your first priority, even above your own safety. That is why the final accolade is only awarded posthumously to any diver who can finish their mission but fail to extract in the process. Because what greater honor could there be than dying for your country? And after this, you too will be a Platinum Helldiver. What's going on, guys? My name's Danny. Thank you very much for watching this video. This was weird and out of nowhere. I just read the script and I'm like, hey, I thought this would be pretty funny. Hopefully it was as entertaining to watch as it was for me to make. I might not do another video like this. I don't really know. I'll see like the response to it. But this is just like something to do for fun, you know. Please let me know down in the comments if you did enjoy the video and want to see stuff more like this. The next video that I'm going to make isn't going to be in this kind of style. It's going to come out in 2 weeks, and it's going to be on the Sifu Platinum. I'm going to try to get a Platinum video out specifically every other week, because that feels like a good amount of time to actually, like, get the Platinum and make the video and stuff like that. Like, 1 week to Platinum the game, 1 week to make a video. This feels kind of right. If you want to see videos that are more in line with how I typically make videos, then here is going to be 2 videos I've made. One is what I'm doing every month now for the new PS Plus games, and the other is my last Platinum, which is for, or at least the last Platinum video I've made, which is for Evil West. So check those out. I really recommend them. And again, if you want to stick around for the Sifu video, that'll be out in 2 weeks. Please consider subscribing. It'll really help out the channel, and you'll be informed whenever I put out new content. So thank you guys very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a good rest of your day.